Yeah.
All right, welcome to the first live edition of the B Bonus podcast. This is your host Brian Bullock, Bebo over here, and to my actual right, I could say this time, I have Mr. Degencapper, and to his right, Mr. JortSports. How you guys doing?
What's up?
Doing good.
So, I know you guys just got into Chicago yesterday. I was hoping for a little better of a turnout. I was promoting this, I think, back in January or February, but I understand it's hard for people to get out here and all that. So, um, I'm glad you guys can make it. Did you guys have any pitfalls in your adventures here, or pretty smooth?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just when I got into Chicago, when traffic was ridiculous.
So, was this your first time for both of you actually coming into the city of Chicago?
Yeah, virgins.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, what are your initial thoughts on the city so far?
From what we've seen, or what I've seen so far, so good.
Yeah. It's big.
We'll figure it out today.
Now, are you guys the type normally that get overwhelmed by big cities? Because I know some people prefer where they've been their whole lives. It's kind of hard for small town people to go to a bigger town. I know you're from Evansville, Jordan, so I mean that's pretty decent size. There's our first train, by the way. Yeah, so Evansville's pretty decent population, so I mean,
It's not a big city by any means,
Okay.
but it's much smaller and much different than Chicago is. That's for sure.
okay. And Jort, you live in the Northeast, so I don't know. Do you go big cities a lot in the Northeast, or?
I've been to NYC a few times, and I've been to Boston like a couple times a week, so I'm not overwhelmed.
Okay. Now, as far as tonight goes, we've kind of been tossing out some ideas on things that we can do here, and we have to. I probably shouldn't single them out here, but gonna uh, gladly thank Mr. B. Dentrick for supplying Jort with $100, and we're gonna have to put that $100 to good use. I guess he said that you have to put that $100 to getting me shitty drunk.
Yes, that's what he told me to do.
Okay. So, which one of you was it yesterday that was saying that you weren't gonna do that you guys weren't gonna do hard liquor?
Me.
That was you.
I don't know liquor.
Are you still gonna hold to that, even if courtesy of Bubba,
Yes.
you're gonna hold to that?
I don't want to urinate in your corner of your room.
Yeah,
or
there's
in your couch.
Or on your cat.
yeah and just to let you know, the corner of the room right now that he would probably piss on would be where his clothes are. So I don't know if he'd want to be doing that anyways, but I would have my dick cut off if either one of you guys did anything stupid tonight. I guess I'm allowed to be as stupid as I want to be, but I'm not gonna let you guys get me in trouble. So we'll see how that goes. We'll probably end up in Wrigley. Goose Island Brew Pub is an idea. I don't know about. I know the tickets have gotten pretty high for this game. It's a pretty highly anticipated series. Have either one of you guys been to Wrigley before?
Nope.
No.
I have not been either.
Okay. Well, we're thinking about doing the rooftop, but I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's done the rooftop that can suggest if that's a good idea or not, because we're kind of just winging it right now as far as that goes. So now I believe this is the I don't know if it's the first time, Jordan, that you've met people from Twitter. I know, Jordan, you've met people from Twitter before. Is this what you said, like 5 or 6 people now that you've met?
Yeah, usually it's like for 5 minutes or like
Yeah.
lunch or something like that.
Yeah. Now we have a couple of overlaps with Black and Teal and now Degen
Mm-hmm.
in real life. So Did I live up to your wild expectations? Am I as sexy in person as you have seen in all the milk pictures that you post on Twitter?
Absolutely.
Like you can envision the you've seen the nipples now in real life, and you've seen how much milk they produce. So
Pure 2%.
Yeah, 2%. Yeah, I was hoping for skim, but I guess this isn't really that skim.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, no, I don't think I've been let down once by meeting Twitter folks. I didn't really. I guess you guys. I guess I did a little video introduction with both of you guys in the past, so I kind of knew what you look like. But there's, it's nice to see a face. It's nice to hear the voice to the Twitter handle because you never know who's going to be trying to. Not that we're trying to catfish, but there are some people out there that will try to represent themselves in a way to like promote something or I'm sure you guys have seen that quite a bit.
Yeah, of course.
So I think the next topic here, I think we only have one viewer here, so hopefully we're living up to that.
Who is it?
I don't know. I can't see. It says 2 viewers. Maybe I shouldn't focus on that right now. 3 viewers. We're tripling our viewership. So the next topic here, we're going to start talking a little bit about football. I know we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. I think everyone's just kind of at that point where we want some kind of football on TV, and I figure we should get started talking a little bit about football. So as far as betting goes regarding NFL and college, I'll start with you, Jordan. Have you actually placed any bets, or are there any bets that are like catching your eye that like you're thinking about locking in pretty soon?
I didn't know if you said my name or Jort. I was confused. But I just made my first bet today. I took Utah minus 5.5 versus Michigan at Utah. But I think Utah's solid. I don't think Michigan will be much.
Utah is minus 5.5 or plus 5?
Minus 5.
They're minus 5.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought Michigan was favored in that, but maybe I misread the line. I mean, I know there's a lot of hype coming into the season with Harbaugh, and I don't really know how he's going to live up to that, especially in the first year. Was it Urban Meyer's first year at Ohio State where he went undefeated in that meaningless season? Am I remembering that wrong? Is that the year?
I'm not sure.
Where like they were on sanctions or something?
Yeah, they couldn't have any
prior incident in the trestle or something. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that was his first year, but I'm not sure. But anyways, I don't know how he could possibly live up to the expectations. I think you would probably need a recruiting class or two to actually see him put his stamp on the team. So, Jort, what about you? Any NFL or college football action either for week 1 or season totals?
I just started looking at the totals. I've been focusing more on fantasy, but I have one in so far. I got the Texans under 8.5 before the line moved. Aaron got hurt. We'll see how many games he misses. Probably all of them, knowing him.
Yeah, it's too bad too because he's really a beast when he's on the field.
He is.
I think I want to say he averaged close to like in my league, anyways, like 17, 18 points a game.
Sounds about right.
And yeah, that's a shame. What is the line down to now on your book?
I think it juiced the other way. I don't know if it moved. I think it just moved. I don't know if the actual total moved.
Okay.
But I think it will probably.
Do you have several outs? Like, have you found? And if you do, have you found any like chances to like get two sides of different bets? Like
to middle.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at 5 downs yet. But it wouldn't surprise me if by the season starts it went to 7.5. Just pray for 8, but I probably won't bother.
Yeah, I was thinking about myself and being a 49ers fan. I don't know if I'm just trying to talk myself into fading the public because I've noticed a lot of times in the past when a team is perceived to be down and out, and everyone's betting on a team's under. It seems like a lot of times they'll end up exceeding expectations. The Niners fell from 7.5 to 6.5 in my book. So
That's
I don't know.
Too high.
I don't know. Yeah, you were talking about them having one win this year, I think. I'd like to know who you think they're going to beat. But yeah, that would be my pick right now. I don't know. I haven't really looked at futures too much yet. I think the wedding stuff has been distracting me a little bit. So, this season is more of a wedding focus, and I know I think I'm going to miss week 4 or 5 with the honeymoon, which I guess I can't really complain about. It'll be in Cabo, so
yeah.
Either one of you guys been out of the country, out of Mexico at all?
I haven't. I've been to Hawaii, but that's obviously part of the country. I've been out of the continental U.S. once.
What about you, Degen?
I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Have you been out of the country?
I went to Toronto once.
Yeah, I can't go to Canada. They won't let me in.
Yeah.
Went to Toronto for the bowl game up there, Ball State versus Rice, and Ray Rice was a senior, ran for like 290 yards that game, but it was incredible. He didn't get touched, I don't think, was that game.
I wonder how many chicks he beat up after that.
Yeah, I forgot who, somebody at work in an email thread yesterday was wondering who, like with Eldon Smith being cut from the Niners, if you'd get picked up by someone, and I think that anybody that's worth the trouble, like somebody that's talented, is always worth the trouble. So I don't know. Do you guys think he'll get picked up?
Yeah,
for the season?
He'll be picked up before Ray Rice.
Already got picked up, and I think Eldon Smith will get picked up.
Yeah, I mean, there's the whole Goodell thing. That I'm sure he's going to face some kind of suspension of some sort. So whoever signs him's probably got that in mind. But I don't know. For some reason, the two teams that came to mind were Oakland, like just because of their franchise.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know. Oakland and maybe even New England. Like that'd be like one of those things you could just see them like sneaking in on a player that
He'd probably wait till week 4 if he wasn't signed and do it.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Those were the two teams that I thought of just based on Oakland's reputation and also New England.
I think San Fran might have that reputation locked up.
It seems like they do now. Yeah, it does seem like they do now. And I actually, when I went to Candlestick, I was hanging out with somebody sitting next to me, and they were saying that the Oakland fans were actually a lot easier to deal with, a lot kinder than San Fran fans. And I didn't have any bad experiences with San Fran fans when I was there, but I found that to be interesting that this guy was less intimidated to go to a game in Oakland than go to a game in San Fran. That kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I was definitely caught off guard. So with the next set of stuff here, we got a DFS focus here. As many of you might know, I've been pouring out the Jortacular for that man over there. He has put together quite a thing here. Did you start that at the beginning of this year, or was it like in the middle of the year?
I want to say it was maybe second or maybe third. I don't know. It was somewhere beginning of May.
Okay.
So 3rd or 4th week, I think.
Okay. So you've had it started out like as a few people?
Yeah, I think the first one was maybe 5 people, and then it just grew.
Yeah, it's kind of taken on a life of its own. There's a lot of people that we respect on Twitter that are joining it, and has there been like actual professional DFS players join it?
Max did it once or twice.
What's his name, Max?
Dallery, I think.
Okay.
I don't know how to say his last name, but he's like a god. So that was cool to see him in there. The chick from ESPN won't do it, and I think she actually reported me to DK for spamming her.
Mrs. 94%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were discussing this while I was out crooning some Enter Sandman yesterday. We're discussing the 94% business, and while I do think that, at least at this point, I do think that there are people that cash at probably a much higher rate in DFS than in gambling. I don't. This still doesn't seem even remotely possible to cash 94%, even if you're just playing like head-to-heads. Is that the? Would you recommend people start out with like head-to-heads or like certain types of contests as opposed to like the Jortacular, which is only like 5 winners out of like 50 or 100?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to betting in that just know what kind of money you got into it and what your plan is. If you want to play for fun, I know some people that join DK just to join the Jort and just throw away $2, hope to cash once, once a month. But if you're actually trying to make money, double ups and triple ups or where it's at, not GPPs.
Okay. Yeah, because I was actually quite happy with I think I finished like 26th or something. I don't know. I finished under my projected in-game total that I set for myself by about 4 or 5. So hashtag Vegas knows. They obviously know the correct line there. So with football coming up, or is there big plans for the Jortacular? Are you expecting even more interest than DFS for football?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. It's 100 is the max private contest you can do on DK, and if I can fill that for MLB with a week's anticipation, I'm pretty sure we'd need more like 150 or so for NFL. So I don't know exactly what to do.
Okay, and I don't know if I should reveal this or not, but you've been approached by like smaller startup companies.
Yeah, Go Draft wants the Jortacular.
Yeah, you might want to wait for the trade here. The trade's taking over here. Okay.
So GoDraft.com is trying to get it. I don't know exactly what they're gonna offer me, so. Or how many people would move?
Yeah, that'd be the thing I'd worry about.
Yeah.
Because if they're telling you to commit to this certain site when you've already established yourself on DK, but at the same time, if you can get some kind of payment, I guess if you can get your arm twisted enough to, they can make it worth your while. Everyone has a price. Remember that.
Absolutely.
Jordan, have you participated much in the DFS world, baseball-wise?
Not really. Usually, I've done Jort like 5 times, probably something like that, 5 to 10 times, and that's about it for baseball. I'm more of a football. I don't mess with like NBA either, just basically NFL.
Okay. So do you anticipate joining some Jortaculars during the NFL season?
Definitely.
Okay. And do they do that? Do they have that for college football as well, or is it just?
They do have it for college.
Okay. I wasn't sure with the whole amateur status shit that if they would allow that or not, but I guess.
Wow! Look who's leading the Jortacular right now.
Whoa.
Is he gonna cast 2 days in a row?
Is Nova actually doing good so far?
So far.
Yeah, I think he has 9.3.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who else. I don't know who else would have been stupid enough to take Van Nova.
It's working out so far.
That's my strategy.
I guess yeah. Let's go into that a little bit. So, in these bigger contests, I've heard people say that you should try to pick something that other people aren't going to pick, or like for example, whenever there's a game in Colorado, home game. It seems popular to stack the road and or Rocky teams with all the players from those teams. So, would that be a tip that you would recommend, or is that something that you employ, Jort?
I mean, Coors Field sucks. Like, I want Coors out of the contest all the time, just because they don't have the pricing down. They'll throw like a couple guys way too high, or like really high, which is probably where they should be. And then they'll always have a couple guys that they totally screw up on, and then everyone ends up with them.
Yeah.
I mean, like they had Tulowitzki in his first game in Toronto. This isn't Coors related, but at like $3,800, and then 90. It was like 87 out of 100 people in the Jort they had, most owned ever. Totally ruined.
That's crazy.
I mean, he hit a home run, but
yeah, but it makes it less fun when everybody has the same player, because it's just going to be helping all 86 other people.
Yeah, I mean the 14 people or whoever didn't have him totally screwed.
Yeah, because I've been trying to. I mean, thankfully, and I don't think I'd want to play on days where it's Coors based, because it just seems like it takes the fun out of it. And I'm surprised that they don't offer an option where maybe you could play, in a daily slate. If you wanted to play all the games, you could play 14 and like exclude games.
Yeah, I think that's coming next year.
There should be something like that, I would think, where, because it seems to it seems to lessen the challenge.
Yeah, it's kind of lame because you don't want to take any of them. But then you think to yourself, well, we got a righty going for so-and-so. Cargo's on fire. Even though he's 5,800, I got to take him because everyone else is going to have.
Yep. Hi, Mr. Tenderbiddles. You can't see him, but he's sandwiched right now between Jort and Degen right now. As we were blowing up the air mattress for the bed yesterday, he decided to plop on it as we were filling it up. So I think he's going to try and make an appearance now. I'm trying to get in the bag here. But so as far as, I think we've exhausted DFS. We're playing right now for a 50-man tournament. And I think I have one player going. I don't know if he's done anything, but it was, you can't shoot plastic, buddy. No, he's going to walk right in front of the camera. Hey, buddy. Yeah, okay. Thanks. So this is why we don't do live podcasts, apparently, because a cat will just walk in front of the screen. We did the 50-man one today. I think I have Justice Smoke going. It was my cheapest option. Jesus Christ, you can't see this guy anywhere. This guy likes to shoot plastic, so. All right, so as far as DFS goes versus the Dynasty League, I don't think we really touched base on this earlier, but have you guys found, or do you guys think you'll find DFS World to be more exciting and more addicting than having like a Dynasty League where you keep players playing year to year, with the same buddies? Do you still think that the Dynasty League will hold a special place in your heart over DFS?
Definitely. I like the aspect of trading as much as anything. That's why I like fantasy.
Okay. You, Jort?
Yeah, I'll always be a sucker for the season long because I started my own like 8 to 10 years ago. But I know some people that have had leagues like disband because people are focusing so much on DFS.
Yeah, and I don't want it to come to that point. I like this too much. I enjoyed the Dynasty League, and especially when you're the one who's created the league and you've put your stamp on a league. Mm-hmm. It's nice to hit. Like, I'm even so conceited that my league name is Super Bolic. So, take that for what it's worth. I've won 1 out of the 7 years that it's been going. So, the first draft of mine is in 3 weeks. Are you guys drafting soon?
We draft the first day of college football at like 8 or 9 in the morning and just get a keg and get hammered all day.
Well,
draft and then watch college football at like 11.
That sounds good. So you do it in person then?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's the only way to do a dynasty draft.
Yeah.
Did you do the same thing?
We usually get like half the league.
Okay.
We do it on the computer, but most of us get together the Sunday night before the season starts, draft, and then get hammered.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way to do it, to be honest. One of my buddies who lives in Florida, I think last year, was suggesting that he wanted he wanted all of us to do it like on computers, but still in person. And I don't know. I like to slap a sticker on the board,
Yeah.
and I don't know. There's something to that that's fun. I don't know. But yeah, I don't see myself doing DFS as seriously as most people here. I deposited $25 and I have the free $25 bonus. I think, does that come after I use it, or like I have to
It's
set
like
it
as
first?
you use it.
Okay, as I use it. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I don't see myself doing that as frequently as a lot of people do, but we'll time will tell, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So the next football topic here, this one is for Degen here, and I know last year you started doing some running for Blind Capper, and I think you've built a little bit of his client base up a little bit. How did last year go as far as the running goes? Was there anything that like caught you off guard, or any people's legs that you needed to break that haven't paid up or anything?
There's a lot of people that need legs broken, but I don't do it. They're just basically scumbags, so fuck it. It's part of the gambling world. People aren't going to pay, I guess. So it is what it is.
So with people like that, like, are they actual friends of yours, like people that you vouch for and that aren't paying, or?
I'd say I know them. People that don't pay, I'd say I would know they're not really my friends. That's why
Okay.
I don't pay. Probably.
So does Mr. Blind Capper get mad at all about that, or does he kind of expect a certain percentage of people not to pay?
I don't know. I still made him quite a bit of money last year, so I guess it's all right.
Okay, well, that's good. So I assume that this summer so far with baseball is just pretty much dry as a virgin.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awful.
Okay. So are you seeing? I think I asked you this yesterday, but are you seeing any bets come in for the preseason game tomorrow? Have you seen anything yet?
I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm sure there's a couple of degenerates out there that will do something just to do it.
Sure. And do you have people on like strict limits, like $500, or is it pretty wide open as far as what they're allowed to bet?
No, I keep all my guys about $250, just so they don't get in over their head,
Okay.
basically.
That makes sense. And what's their weekly allotted amount to bet? Like $2,000?
Usually 500 to 1,000.
Okay. So if they wanted to make 2 max bets in a week, that would be it.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that probably makes sense, especially if it's people that might not have the best paying of jobs, or because people can get caught up in that pretty quickly. I'm sure you've experienced. I think you've experienced that. I know I have at one point or another. What do we got there? We got some feedback now. Did you turn the?
My phone died, so I was
okay.
trying to get it on here.
That's all right. So let's see what the other questions we have here for Mr. Jordan here. Are there would you have any advice for people who might consider running in the future? Like it seems to be an easier way for you to make money as opposed to actually betting. If you're getting a slice of money from blind,
For sure.
Are you going to be focusing on the running part more than the betting part this year, you think?
There's not a whole lot that goes into the running part. You just give people an account, let them do it, and then tell them no money or pay them money. As far as the betting, I'm not going to bet that much this year.
Okay, I think Nate is completely off this conversation now, so maybe I can turn it around here and.
You're gonna ask me to get up.
No, that's fine. I'll move it here. I'm gonna make everybody a little seasick here. So, do you have any advice for people that would consider doing that?
Do it if you get the opportunity, because you can make free money basically. Just how it works.
Okay. All right.
Networking is the best part. Just a guy that knows a guy. They'll vouch for him, basically.
Okay. Yeah, because I would be worried about people not paying.
Yeah, it happens.
And I think that you kind of have to know who you're getting in bed with when you're promoting certain people. Did we get any listener questions? Anyone out of the 3 viewers here? Anyone have any questions for us? I'm gonna check the Twitter feed right now, but I don't think I saw anything pop up here. Okay, there was a couple of questions here. One of them was from Scott Nonant. Did Degencapper take the young lady home at the next table last night? Did he take the young lady home? No, he didn't. I can answer that for him.
Was that the big girl you were looking at?
The video was the dude singing karaoke. It was so god awful that I couldn't stop laughing, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
the bigger girl was in the video the whole time. It probably looked like I was taking the video of her.
Yeah, I wasn't the best singer, but I don't think karaoke is supposed to bring out. At least a place like that, I wouldn't expect to have the best of karaoke singers.
No.
Have you guys done karaoke before?
Yeah.
I haven't.
So let me wait for the train to pass by here. What songs did you do when you did karaoke in the past?
One time we went out to a bar, and there was these chicks at their bachelorette party. So all the dudes, there was maybe 5 or 6 of us, got up and sang "Backstreet's Back."
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I did a boy band thing once. I think it was Backstreet Boys, and that might have even been the song. And I think I had some kind of lame dance for that. But yeah. So let me see if I could see any other questions here. I don't see anything popping up here. I don't know where it would even pop up if people were asking questions. Do we have any other questions here? No, doesn't look like it. Well, I guess we could make this a short version then, because I don't have anything else to talk about unless you guys have anything you'd like to talk about.
I know.
I mean, are you guys expecting quite the shit show tonight?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out exactly what we're gonna do. So we'll see. We have to give Bubba thanks once again for the $100. If you're one of the 2 viewers listening right now, thank you. I'll convert this into an MP3 as well to keep it part of the BBK library of podcasts here. But give us your feedback if you did actually watch this. Let me know. I know it's not the best produced video pod here. This is the first time trying this out, and of course, Jort's phone crapped out on him, so that, I guess, happens in the podcast world when you're hanging out with me and cats and trains and stuff. So, all right, let me check one more time, and then I'll close this out because I don't have anything else. I'm hoping to stay conscious and aware of everything tonight, so we'll see how well that goes. But this has been the 65th edition of BBO's podcast. Thanks for listening, JortSports and Degencapper. Thanks for joining me in Chicago, and we'll send you out on a little train note here, of course. And you can say hi to the cat. Hi, cat. And I'll catch you guys next week or whenever I decide to do it again. Take care.
Bye.